Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to be doing some T5 Firestorm Abyss testing in the Ikitursa. Now this is a pretty bling fit right here. The reason I'm particularly doing this kind of testing today is because I'm planning on buying an Ikitursa on Tranquility, and something I got very inspired to do is use a Zorya Entropic Disintegrator because they've come down a bit in price, and also they're a lot better than the the faction one. And then another thing is that a viewer recommended me that to increase time in these kind of sites, I overheat a lot. And that's something I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm going to try to overheat a lot of my damage, because then we can just continuously output a bit more damage and have a bit easier time in the T5 Abyss. I still think T6 Abyss is sketchy in the Ikitursa, but I'm going to hold myself to T5 for the time being, because the ISK is still pretty good and is a lot more relaxing than the T6. And I think relaxation is a very important factor when it comes to ISK making activities in EVE Online. Flying really expensive stuff like I'm flying now is not obviously relaxing, but you know what I mean. The actual sites in themselves can be pretty difficult when it comes to time in the Ikitursa, in the T6. So we're going to be doing with the T5. We're using the dual rep build that I was using quite a while ago. We're using these two Corpum A types, triple entropic disintegrators or heat sinks. And the reason I'm using one Veles and two entropic Tech 2s is because, I mean, I'm thinking of having triple Veles because their prices also come down quite a bit. They don't cost 1 billion anymore. But the thing I was primarily thinking of using is to go with the abyssal rolled entropic radiation sinks, and then that might provide a little bit of damage bonus. So I'm just trying to simulate, okay, maybe all three of them abyssal rolled might be the same thing as having one Veles entropic sink. So that's why I've got trying to equivalent, sort of as if I had three abyssal rolled ones, because you can't buy mutaplasmids on the test server, unfortunately. Then we see the Zorya here, obviously. 2 cat batteries, Thurifers, and it's because there's very big limitations of power grid right here. The 10MN, Webifier for application, auxiliary nanopump, and thermal armor reinforcer, because that's going to be essential in the T5 Firestorm, since a lot of dangerous waves do firestorm damage. No, not firestorm damage, thermal damage. And we also have, we need to have a lot of that damage, because in the third Firestorm site, we're going to have that resistance type produced. The remote armor repairs are for our drones, just to repair them if we were to ever need that. The implants right here, full grade, high grade Asklepian set. We're going to go with a few other bling implants like Ogden's eye coordination enhancer, increases our tracking. Some capacitor ones and Imperial Navy modified, I think it's armor repair. Armor repair implant. And the Pyrolancy I'm not planning on using, but we're going to have these two boosters right here, Hard Shell and Exile, but we can use them maybe if we need to. A bunch of Nanite Repair Paste, because I plan on repairing a lot, as I said before. We can then buy some Chaotic Firestorm. And as I said before, the reason I'm particularly interested in using this is just because I plan on using it on Tranquility. I want to just see how reliable this feels before I actually eventually buy it. I still think the Gila is just so amazing, so good, but it would be nice to use a different ship in the Abyss. So I'm going to undock here and get to work. And also, apart from me using on Tranquility, I'm very curious to how it feels using the Zorya plus the overheat technique that I was recommended by a viewer. We'll see if that feels a bit more stable than just going how you were going before. Okay, well then I'll move a little bit so we can use the filament. Abyssal filament. There we go. We need to make our inventory a bit bigger because this feels very cumbersome right here. Okay, use chaotic filament, cruiser, and activate. Let's get to work. Let's see how the time feels. The main thing is the feeling of time. See how that entails. Bethnic Abyssal Overmind, okay. Pretty not so time intensive because we can focus on one of the targets, and it's just going to be overall very easy time. You can just snipe these rogue drones at long range. It goes very smoothly. We have the really good application as well. I think that was a wrecking shot that occurred right there because we've got a big... No, maybe not, because the buffer of shields on the Ikitursa and just Tech 2 Trigger Larvae ships in general is horrific. Really bad buffer. Okay. And we should stagger the reps a bit more. Deactivate that second one so it sort of gives us a more continuous repair cycle. Otherwise, since our repair modules are so potent, it might over-rep a bit more if we have them non-staggered. So you can see we're repping up crazy. Is this minus 70%? No, it's only minus 50%. Okay. This is a good test for time. And we'll actually use our drones and start just spooling up on the rogue drone overmind. That could be a good thing to have. We'll start using Mystic. Move towards the overmind. It's quite big hits we're taking, actually. I didn't really expect this big hits, even though it's minus 50%. Oh yeah, now I understand why. I was just thinking, why is there so much damage? But the reason is because the overmind does a lot of kinetic damage, and kinetic resistance is like the one resist type that the Ikitursa is really bad at. And it's not so useful in the Abyss. This is one of the only spawns that will ever use like do kinetic damage. That can do a lot of damage, so this is like the one spawn which will take quite a bit of damage from. And it's nice to have our drones do a little bit of work while we spool up the damage. And we'll try overheating when we get in range of the occult, actually. I think that'll be a bit more appropriate. Occult. And we could just start overheating a little bit here just to get some good cycles going on. What is our DPS? 560, almost 600 straight off the bat. So that's pretty good DPS we've got going on right there. 600 as well. Where's the time? Almost 3 minutes have gone. And we're taking very little overheat damage as well. I think it's to do with we just got one module, so it's not generating so much heat. If you got a bunch, oh no, no, repair. If he went out of range, I thought, how did I get out of range? I didn't want to stop right there. It was not my intention to do that. But we can take the drones. Oh, never mind. There's one more frigate, and we take a big wrecking shot right there. Need to keep transversal up a little bit. Shoot. We're doing this really badly, unfortunately. Really badly. Shows the bling can't buy skill. But it's also mainly to do with that I'm just quite rusty. I've not used the Ikitursa for a very long time. Can Webifier this guy too. And we can now use Occult. And we can, like, as you saw right there, we could just repair stuff. Anything just goes a little bit bad, we just repair. No issue, really. Time is not the best, I guess. I mean, we're almost now 4 minutes. This should be a pretty easy way because we will be able to like spool up to really high DPS levels. But no, that's not the case. I think our drones are taking a bit of damage from the abyssal depths. You can see they're all like collectively taking a bit of shield damage. 740, 770, that's nice. We're already at Aguila level DPS. Plus the drones. 829. Can repair. Have them get repaired. I don't know if it's a thing where you can. Why did I stop shooting? Why did I stop shooting right there? Was it something to do that I repaired? Wait, you cannot overload Disintegrator while you. I see. Okay, you can't overload. That makes a lot of sense right there. Cancel repair. I'm a complete idiot. I'm not so used to this whole overheat business with the repairing, as you can tell. And that's why this happened right there. And it kind of makes sense, I guess, because then maybe you could overheat to Oblivion. Yeah, we're really not doing good on the time right here. We should have been. This guy should have been dead right now, and we would have been in the next room. But no, we're breaking the stupid spools all the time. Makes it so this module is deactivating. He's webifying me too, and I'm webifying him. Mutual webification, making everything go slow. That's nice. Ikitursa looks pretty cool. Like when its internal power sphere becomes very aggressive like it is right now. I think it looks very cool. Okay, we'll go towards the gate. I stopped overheating because there was a bit too much. I felt too much heat. 1k DPS right there. That's nice to see. Nice to see. Okay, repair, and repair. 178 Nanite Repair Paste. That's actually quite a bit of repair paste. Oof. How much ISK per unit? I mean, even if it was just 100 ISK per unit, it would be a lot, but I think it's more than 100 ISK per unit. That's quite ISK going into repairing modules if you have to overheat a bunch like that. Mainly on the Entropic Disintegrator, not so much otherwise. We could have actually used these boosters. We can maybe use them just to get a bit more extra armor HP. How close? 42 seconds until repair is complete. That's quite a bit, an extensive repair time because we've really brutally abused this Zorya heavy Entropic Disintegrator. with the overheating. I'm not going to bother with buying out of cash because we're on the test server, but otherwise I would have gone to it on the way here. I would have already taken it by now. Okay, jump here in the next gate. 15 seconds. 7 seconds on that module. We've got these strike grips need to die fast. Spark grips. Okay, we'll cancel repair right here. And we need to take out these rogue drone battle cruisers, specifically the strike guys, because they do kinetic damage and will rip us to pieces otherwise if we do not take care. So we might want to overheat a little bit here. Overheaty. There, it's getting hot in the firestorm side right here. Might want to like sort of orbit a little bit maybe. Oh, there's a tachyon cloud. I want to avoid that, preferably. Auto targeting system maybe we could use as well, just for some extra locked targets and automatic locking of the targets. What is that DPS? 500. That's nice. With Mystic as well. You can stop with the overheat right there. Go for the occult. Popped. We can lock up this guy right here. And I do not want to use my drones because they're just going to get slaughtered by these rogue drones, Valkyries, and we do not want to go there because the tachyon cloud's over there, so we'll go to the side a little bit. They cannot hit us at all. It's very dangerous when you have these tachyon clouds and the rogue drone Valkyries away, because they can just fling them right in your face and you can die pretty quickly to that. Field Weaver over there. And we want to keep in range, not get out of range of this guy, so we stop spooling up. DPS 770, pretty nice to see. Almost popped right there, great. We can take this blast guy now. We'll heat a little bit on this guy too. Perhaps now we could go for the Field Weavers, I guess. A little bit of the drones go for them because they're all focused on me. These, wait, are they all just there in one clump right there? Yeah, look, they're all there in one clump. 3 of them in there. That was really weird. Well, I guess the rogue drones operate in such mysterious ways. I'm going to recall them now because I feel like I might get a bit of drone aggro. I've been having those drones fire for a long time. 49% damaged. Oh, where's the time? Almost 5 minutes. I would preferably like to finish each room in under 5 minutes. I don't think we can always afford that luxury when we make this many mistakes. Now we probably want to stop overheating because of how much damage we've got. Move here a bit to the side. And Webify this guy here. It's really nice with the Federation Navy. It's always in range of web range. I really wish you could use a grapple on a cruiser, but you can't. Not fitting, and also there's just a straight up limitation that you can't use grapplers on cruisers. The DPS is only 500 because we're not overheating. No. Can we overheat a little bit just to give it a tiny bit of heat, you know? Just a little bit of spice in that Disintegrator's life. How much damage? 700. Okay, stop with the overheat right there. Oh, they're taking a ton of heat damage. We should be careful now. Imagine you're just overheating and then suddenly you just burn out. Like, that is a life-threatening. Then you're just instantly lost. So I think you have to be extremely careful with overheat on this. Because, I mean, if you burn out that Entropic Disintegrator, there's no going back. You've lost your ship. You've lost 6 bill. I think even 7-8 bill. So, I mean, it's a very good thing to overheat, but you need to be very careful because the consequences of overheating too much are lethal. Or deadly. You will die straight away. And that actually is something I didn't take into consideration when I was thinking of this overheat concept of speeding up the time of the T5 Abyss. It is a really important thing to not burn out your module because you've not got any way to recover from that. I mean, it is deadly in Aguila to burn out your shield module, but maybe you could survive with passive regen. But here you've got nothing. You've only got your drones, I guess. Yeah, okay, I guess it's something, but still, I mean, your drones, and what are your drones going to do? You've got still some amount of passive regen, even if it's not a lot on the Aguila. But yeah, burning out the shield booster is also a pretty deadly thing you could do as well in Aguila, not just the Ikitursa here. But I feel like this is almost worse because you're taking out your ability to fight. You can still fight your way out. If you've burnt out your shield booster module in Aguila, it's just going to be a limited amount of time until you die. Next room. What have we got? A bunch of Vedis. I should have repaired my module. I forgot to do that. I'm not used to overheating. What is the time? 8 minutes left. Oh, that's not actually a good time. Not a good time, actually. Because, I mean, I would have hoped to have done the site soon. With how much bling we've got. The Zorya and everything. We use the mediums now. We're just going to go for the big guys. Going to go for the big guys with Occult and attack. Because these guys do all the DPS and the starvers also. I mean, we're really new poof right here because we've got 2 large cat batteries on this thing and we get so much capacitor from these cat batteries as well. It's really great. But I mean, the like starving Vedmax or Vedmax in general, they do a lot of DPS, so it's important to take them out. And Ghost is also pretty annoying. Gonna make our range really short. But we still got 14 kilometers, so it's okay. We've got a big margin of safety. And these guys want to get pretty easy at staying close to as well because of how they... Oh, taking a lot of damage. It's pretty easy because of the Webifier, so it just allows us to get close pretty easily. And we've not got any like scram or something. They would have to have heavy webs to be able to web us down, so we can't get close. And it's also perfect that the Federation Navy has a 14-kilometer range, which is almost exactly the range that the Vedmax naturally orbit at, so you're pretty much always going to get that web in, even if you somehow don't get it initially. You will have problems though if you have a Tech 2 web, because a Tech 2 web is only 10-kilometer range. What is our DPS? 690. Pretty decent. I'll go for this Harrowing Vedmac over here. Now we can take the drones out. Is there even automatic suppress or something? Yeah. Short range, in fact, even worse. Because they do so much damage at short range, even automatic suppressors. Really eviscerate your drones. Look at that, just all the shields, just and half the armor, just gone. That's how powerful those guys are. Harrowing Vedmac. Starving Dama. Ghosting. Ghosting is the one we're gonna go for next. Start webifying him, preemptively webifying him. You can just take him out straight away. It would be quite cool to have webifying drones, and you can web even more, but I don't think it's necessary right here. I think it's going to be a bit of a waste. There we go, taken out. We've got pretty decent applications as well, because Damavix have pretty big signature radius naturally. Usually you don't have so big of an issue having application to Damavix. Something you can have bad application to have are the, what is it called now? The Rogue Drone frigates, I know. I feel like they have a bit of a hard time getting good application to. Like they do have a lot less HP, so they might feel like they get killed quicker, but I feel like in general you have pretty hard time applying to them. Poppity pop. Starving down, come on. We'll move towards the transfer conduit. In fact, we should have done that a long time ago because of how we're wasting time here. Oh, look, we've completed that last wave in a pretty quick time. And it makes a lot of sense because the Triglavians have damaged profiles or resist profiles that are very favorable to our damage type. Low thermal and explosive resist, those are the exact types of damage we are doing right here. And they're just generally speaking quite close. Easy for us to do full damage all the time. And apply pretty decently as well with the Damavix as well. So there we go. We completed that T5 site. One thing that I actually should do, in this case where my drones are damaged, is give a little bit of remote repairs. I can be a little bit of a logi bro for my drones, because I've been a bit of a douche not repairing them. And also I should be, no, actually I can't repair my Entropic Disintegrator because then these will deactivate. It's the same way my Entropic Disintegrator stopped spooling up when I was repairing. You learn new things every day. I had no idea that if you repair something you can't use anything else in the highest level, but it makes a bit of sense, you know. If you otherwise you'll be able to overheat modules for a very, very long time. Stop with the repairs now. And on this last one, double repairs. Let's see now, if we repair, does it deactivate straight away? Are we able to? Are we able to still repair even though we're repairing that Entropic Disintegrator? That's pretty interesting, I didn't know that. So maybe it's just the Entropic Disintegrators particularly, you can't repair them and use other modules at the same time, maybe? Or maybe you can't, I mean you can't repair other modules and use the Entropic Disintegrator at the same time. Alright, we will recall our drones and repair all the mods, and exit the filament. So there we go, T5 Abyss in the Ikitursa, went pretty smoothly. I would have hoped to get a bit better time in the beginning with the Overmind, also with the Rogue Drone Battlecruise. I felt like that went a bit slow as well, and we could have timed the repairing of the modules a bit better, and you learn new things as well that you can't repair everything at the same time. But I'm just a bit worried though with the cost of this Nanite Repair Paste, because the sheer amount of Nanite Repair Paste, 100 and how many? This is the default price. If it wasn't in the real server, the 21,000. That's 3 million for just one repair right there. And I mean, at that point, may as well just run a different filament, because I mean, the Firestorms are really nice to run. They are, like, what was it now, 1 million, 2 million to run, so that's very financially beneficial in that regard. But I'm not really sure now, actually. I think it doesn't seem like a very good choice to use this Ikitursa, so I might be being put off to run it, actually. We'll see. We might want to do further testing on this to get a bit more substantial conclusion to this whole deal. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.